Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, especially if you love makeup or reviews, demos, tutorials, especially using very affordable products. Sometimes you like to mix it in with some luxe products. Treat yourself. And today I wanted to throw in kind of like a quick how-to video for you, especially if you've been struggling with dark circles, which I know I do. I have dark circles underneath my eyes, and I'm going to show you how you can quickly, easily, with 3 easy steps, just get rid of them. You can incorporate this into your everyday makeup routine, or maybe you just use this when you kind of want to just do a glam full-on makeup look, and you can even apply these steps for maybe dark spots around the face. So I wanted to talk about this, especially for those of you who might be curious as to what a peach or an orange concealer, or rather corrector, is for. And when you think about it in terms of like art and colors, think about whatever color you want to get rid of, use the opposite to cancel it out. So if you want to get rid of darkness, that's what an orange or a peach, depending on the level of darkness, is for. Maybe even a red shade. So if you guys want to learn how to conceal your dark circles underneath the eyes, kind of brighten and wake yourself up a little bit, I'll show you guys how to do that in 3 very easy steps. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see my dark circles a little bit closer. Everybody's dark circles are going to be darker, lighter, but you might want to just still correct them. And this is going to be a really easy 3-step process. And this is especially good for those of you who maybe aren't a full coverage concealer, 1-step type of person. I love my full coverage concealers, which is why sometimes I don't always correct, but you don't want that heaviness feeling sometimes. So that's why these steps maybe might be something you might prefer instead of just one heavy duty concealer. So the first step is choosing your peach corrector of your choice, and I will list down below in the description some of my other favorite peach correctors. But for those of you who prefer maybe more of a liquid version of a peach corrector, I really like the LA Girl Pro concealers, and I have 2 different options. You can kind of see I have an orange concealer corrector and a peach corrector. So the peach is a little bit lighter. Sometimes I feel like the peach works really well for my skin tone, depending how tan I am and in my dark circles. And then we have the orange. So if you have maybe darker circles, darker spots, once again, you can use this for any dark spots around the face. Maybe you might have it around your chin area, around your face, kind of dot it around and go in with a foundation and or concealer. So I lean maybe more towards the peach side sometimes, or what you can do, I feel like if you fall in the middle, you can even mix these if you're not wanting something too dark, or maybe you need something a little bit darker than the peach one, which is really great because these are also really inexpensive. You can get LA Girl, you can pick up from your local CVS. Ulta now has them in stores, and you can find it online, probably a couple of different places, but those are the main ones where I pick up my LA Girl. So let's go in with our peach corrector. So with my peach corrector, I'm not going to go down in triangle motions like I normally would with a concealer or a highlighting product, because this is precisely going to correct and be placed just in my dark areas. That's what I want to correct. If I put it everywhere else, I go in later, it's not canceling that other part of my skin out. I'm trying to cancel out the dark spot. So that's the only place where I'm going to kind of dot it. And so I'm going to put this just right underneath my eye where I would need to conceal. Same thing if you have it around your face, then you can just dot it right on top of those areas. And once again, you know, you're kind of doing multiple steps, so don't go too crazy with it. But that's all I did. I just kind of added it underneath my eyes. And you can go in with a brush, but I'm going to go in with a beauty blender and just lightly tap that in. You don't want to swipe off the product because that's going to defeat the purpose. If it goes a little bit lower, that's fine. But already, I don't know, I'll show you. Already, doesn't that look brighter than this other eye? Now can you see my dark circles, and now can you see the difference? Just look at that indent right there, where looking woke. Now feel free to use the concealer of your choice. You can use another LA Girl concealer if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and choose, I always kind of rotate whenever I do a color corrector, anywhere between my everyday concealer, my ColourPop, and the Milani. Once again, like I said, if you want to kind of layer lighter coverage products, this is definitely the way to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my Milani concealer. This is their Retouch and Erase a Light Lifting Concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and take that color. And I really like using peach correctors, especially if you're someone who likes to use a couple shades lighter for your concealer to highlight around the face, because when you just go in with concealer, I feel like you're just kind of accentuating those dark spots instead of really covering them up. So that's another tip. So I'm just going to go in, and this is a really light coverage product. And now here is where you can kind of, you know, do that, what do you call it, triangle effect, because we're going to highlight it around the face. And kind of going a little bit lower than where I initially put that concealer, because I just rather blend up than really initially put more product on there. So now I'm just going to blend this out with my beauty blender. And just lightly tap right underneath my eyes, just so we're not losing any product. Once again, you can totally do this with a brush if you're a brush type of person. Also, the lighter the products, especially if you're like me and you're prone to creasing, you get really bad creasing underneath your eyes, that's going to help a lot too. The thicker products that you use and layer on, the more product that you use underneath the eye, the more likely you are going to crease. Do we look brighter? So much better. Now the final step is to set your concealer before it starts creasing, and in general, just to kind of keep everything in place, especially if you have oily skin but I have dry skin. I think it's definitely still very important to set your concealer, because then it's just like, why did you put that on just so it can smear and go all over the place? There's two different products that I like to use. Once again, it just comes down to your preference. I like using a pressed powder. One of my favorites is the NYX HD finishing powder in the shade Banana. Also gives it a nice brightening effect. They have a like more translucent version as well. You can always use a translucent powder, or you can use a loose powder, which I really like, ColourPop. They're no filter loose powder, and I also have mine in the shade translucent. This just works for my skin tone, but they also have a banana shade, which is like deeper than this banana shade. This banana shade works for me. The other kind of, I feel like, a loose setting powder banana shade is a little bit too dark for my skin tone, so if you're tanner, that works great. Then ColourPop also has a more like deeper skin tone type of setting powder. So for today, I'm going to use my tried and true, my favorite pressed powder. More than anything is my favorite because I'm really messy, so the loose powder, that's the only thing, you know, it can kind of get everywhere. So that's why I definitely, whatever I'm wearing out, I do my makeup in a, you know, whatever outfit I don't care about, and then I change. Most important step, if you're not chatting around like me, make sure you're really patting down anywhere where you might crease right before you set it. And honestly, the crazier the face that you make to really open it up, that's why you see chicks like looking up, because you really want to get into those creases. The crazier the face, the less creasing you're going to get. So just one nice light pass through. And then I'm just going to pat this in. Pat, not swipe, because you want to set that in place. And voila. You've got concealed eyes, but can you tell the difference? A lot of people, or especially like a lot of people, don't even go in with concealer. I feel like it makes the biggest difference. However, not everybody needs to correct with an orange corrector. Some people just don't have dark circles, and y'all are lucky. I have dark circles. I know there's other people who probably my dark circles are like, that's nothing. Let me show you, let me tell you. And if your dark circles are even a darker, go in with a red corrector. Maybelline has a red corrector, which I think is great if you have deeper skin tone, if you have darker circles. I really like their peach or their orange corrector as well. So once again, link down below for some of my favorite color correctors for underneath the eyes for dark spots around the face. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick and easy how-to tutorial for how to get rid of dark circles. It's really that simple, but all you need is the correct color correctors. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see some more kind of how-to tutorials like this down in the comments down below, and in the description box I'll list some of my other videos that might be helpful if you're learning how to do wing liner, if you're learning how to contour and highlights. Check those down below. But once again, don't forget to subscribe to keep up with some more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.